Hello, dear students. I am Sneha, Assistant Professor of Commerce, GFGC Kerur, Bagalkot. Bagalkot. Today I am going to take an important topic in Indian financial service, that is growth and development of financial services. Okay, let us start with the growth and development of the financial services. There are mainly three stages. That is, first stage 1960 to 1980. In that, the first evolved financial service is merchant banking. Secondly, insurance. At the last, leasing. In the second stage, 1980 to 1990, OTCI, which means the over the counter exchange of India, has emerged. Secondly, mutual funds. And thirdly, factoring, discounting, venture capital, and credit rating. In the third stage, that is 1991 onwards, that is after the LPG, liberalization, privatization, and globalization. Many modern instruments are evolved, that is option, future bonds, money market, and capital market instruments. And secondly, dematerialization, online trading, book building, and depository services. Let us explain uh, individually. The first stage, that is from 1960 to 1980, that merchant banking. So, what is merchant banking? Merchant banking may be defined as an institution which covers a wide range of activities such as management of customer services, portfolio management, credit syndication, acceptance credit, counseling, and insurance, etc. So, merchant banking, the main function of the merchant banking is it is the financial services which provides for the issue management. ನೀಡಿಕೆ ನಿರ್ವಹಣೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಿರೋಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಯವನ್ನು ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಮರ್ಚೆಂಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್, ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಫೋಲಿಯೋ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಸಿಂಡಿಕೇಶನ್, acceptance credit, and counseling, insurance, etc. So in issue management, right from the preparation of prospectus and planning and estimating the total expenditure of the issue and appointment of registrars, brokers, and bankers, the all activities of the issue management is done by the merchant banking. ನೀಡಿಕೆ ನಿರ್ವಹಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಸ್ನ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡೋದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಬಜೆಟ್ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಮತ್ತು ಬ್ರೋಕರ್ಸ್ನ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರಾರ್ಸ್ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳನ್ನ ಮರ್ಚೆಂಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಸಲಹೆ ನೀಡೋದು, ಮತ್ತು ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡೆಟ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸಲಹೆಯನ್ನು ನೀಡುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಮತ್ತು ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಫೋಲಿಯೋ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳನ್ನ ಮರ್ಚೆಂಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮರ್ಚೆಂಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್: ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಟ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲಿಂಗ್, ಕಂಪ್ನಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಸಲಹೆ ನೀಡೋದು; ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲಿಂಗ್, ಪ್ರಕಲ್ಪ ಸಲಹೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ; ಲೋನ್ ಸಿಂಡಿಕೇಶನ್, ಪ್ರೊವೈಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಲೋನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎ ಬಿಗ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು; ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ನೀಡಿಕೆ ನಿರ್ವಹಣೆ; ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಫೋಲಿಯೋ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್; advisory services related to merger and acquisitions. Whenever the company wants to get amalgamation, merging, and takeovers, it will give the advisory services, it give the consultancy services. Next, offshore finance, non-resident investment. Secondly, we go to the next topic in the first stage, that is insurance. Students, we all know there we can't minimize the risk, but we can transfer the risk. So when we transfer the risk, the insurance will give the protection against the risk ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. So insurance is a contract represented by a policy in which an individual or entity receives financial protection or reimbursement against losses from an insurance company. The company pools claims risks to make payments more affordable for the insured. Mainly, we can say there is two types of insurance, that is life insurance and general insurance. Life insurance is nothing but for the risk again for the human being, to minimize the risk of the human being, insurance on human being. And secondly, general insurance is apart from the human being, the for the material machinery. If you are going to take the insurance, that is general insurance. So insurance is also one of the development in during the 1960 to 1980 stage of financial services. Thirdly, leasing. So, what do you mean by leasing? A lease is defined as a contract between a lessor and the lessee for the hire of a specific asset for a specific period on payment of specific rentals. So, it is an arrangement between the lessor and lessee. Lessor is the owner of the asset, lessee is the user of the asset. The lessor will give the rights to lessee for the using the asset. One who gives the right to use the asset for the lessee. Here the lessee is supposed to pay the rental payments against the use of that asset. That is what means leasing. In leasing we can come across the many types of leasing, that is operating lease, financial lease, growth lease, and etc. Secondly, let us come to the second stage, that is between the 1980 to 1990 over the counter exchange of India. So over the counter of exchange of India is one of the market for the stock exchange. It is one of the online trading of stock exchange, we can say. So what do you mean by OTCI? Let us know. What is OTCI, over the counter exchange of India, can be defined as a stock exchange without a proper trading floor. All stock exchange have a specific place for trading their securities through counters, but the OTCI is connected through a computer network and the transactions are taking place through computer options. So over the counter exchange of India means the company which is not already registered already listed in the stock exchange, those companies don't have place in stock exchange to market. In that case, the OTCI will support to those companies by through the online operation on through the computer operations, through the computer network the transactions will be take place. This is what OTCI for those companies which is not listed in the stock exchange. Next, secondly, in the second stage the mutual fund is also a must. So let us know what is mutual fund according to SEBI. According to SEBI, a fund established in the form of trust by a sponsor to raise money by the trustees through the sale of units to the public under one or more schemes for investing in securities in accordance with the regulations. So, what do you mean by mutual fund? Peoples will don't have much knowledge about the investing in the shares and securities. To know, uh, they cannot know, they may cannot know the risk and returns in the particular company. So in that time the mutual funds will collect the savings from the small savings from the small savers and make it pool and invest in the company. This is known as and the return is again distributed among the investors to the investors. This is known as mutual fund. In the mutual fund we can come across open ended mutual fund, close ended mutual fund, um, etc. Open ended mutual fund means you can invest and take back at the any time. Close ended mutual fund means you have the option only to invest within the restricted time, that is close ended mutual fund. So next, come across throw a light on the next topic, next function, that is factoring. Next development, that is factoring. It is between 1980 to 1990. So factoring is an asset based means of financing by which the factor buys up the book debts of a company on a regular basis, paying cash down against receivables, and then collects the amount from the customers to whom the company has supplied goods. So it can be said it is an arrangement between the client and factor. The factor in behalf of the on behalf of the client will take the risk of collecting the debts of the client from the borrowers. They usually give 80% of the cash, already they give the 80% of the debt receivable to the to the client, and afterwards, after the collection of that, they will give the another 20% to the particular client. Okay, that is what factoring. In Next one, functions of factoring, that is purchase and collection of debts. The main function of the factoring is to maintain the books of accounts and and to purchase and collection of debts from the debtors on behalf of the client, and credit investigation and undertaking of credit risk. They will assume the they will take the credit risk on behalf of the client. Provision of financial against debts, rendering consultancy services, etc. So next, let us come on this next stage, that is discounting. Next topic, that is discounting. Discounting of bill refers to the encashment of the bill before the date of its maturity. The bank deducts its charges from the bill. The bank shall make the payment of the bill after deducting some interest, called discount in this case. This process of encashing the bill within the bank is called discounting of a bill. So whenever there is a credit sale, then arises the debtor. In such case, they will draw a bill, and that bill is used as a security. It is used as a security against the payment. In that case, if the client wants the money, uh, if the client wants the money earlier to the date of maturity, they can approach the bank. And collect the cash against that bill. In return, the bank will deduct some discount and collect the full amount from the customer after the maturity period. This is what discounting of bills exchange. Next type, that is venture capital. So what do you mean by venture capital? Peoples will have the excellent knowledge, but they know excellent knowledge about the business, but they don't have the um, capital to invest. That is that is a newly startup companies. It may be newly started companies and innovative, the innovative business. For that startup companies and the innovative business, it is potential to grow, but they don't have enough investment. When in that case, the wealthy investors like to invest their capital in such businesses with a long term growth perspective. In the short term, they have the high risk. In the venture capital, we can know there will be a high risk, but after the long period, they may get the growth in that business. So wealthy investors will invest in that business, assuming uh, assuming the much risk, but in order to get a long term growth, long term benefits from the business. This capital is known as venture capital, and the investors are called venture capitalists. Next, let us know what you mean by credit rating. What do you mean by credit rating? So credit rating means the rating of securities on the basis of which people invest in the company. So what do you mean by credit rating? Credit rating is an assessment of the capacity of the issuer of debt security by an independent agency to pay interest and repay the principal as per the terms of the issue of debt. A rating agency collects the qualitative as well as quantitative data from a company which has to be rated and assess the relative strength and capacity of company. So credit rating is the agency which give the grade, which assess the capacity of the company, according to which according to uh, according to the according to which they grade the uh, which it will grade the company for the credit, uh, on the basis of the credit capacity, credit repaying capacity, loan credit loan repaying capacity, they are going to give the grade to the company. Like example, for the some bank will give the credit score for our repayment of loan. according to the According to the repayment of loan, they will grade the company, so the people can easily assess assess the grade and take the decision whether to invest in that company or not. That is what credit rating. In credit rating, there are two kinds of credit rating agencies. That is CRISIL. CRISIL means Credit Rating Information Service of India Limited. Next, CARE, Credit Analysis and Research Limited. These are the two credit rating agencies in India. Third stage. Let us come to third stage. What is dematerialization? So dematerialization is a process through which physical securities such as share certificates and other documents are converted into electronic form and held in demat account. So conversion of physical securities into electronic form is known as dematerialization. So the dematerialization, the physical share certificates are converted into electronic format through the demat account. So if we want to transact the transact the shares, we have to have a demat account. Next topic, that is depository services. What do you mean by depository services? A depository is responsible for holding the securities of a shareholder in electronic form. I already told in demat account the physical securities is converted into the physical certificates is physical share certificate is converted into electronic form. Who will keep all the securities safely? Means these are the depositories. These securities could be in the form of bonds. It may be in bonds, government securities, mutual fund units, which are held by the registered depository participant. DP is an agent of the depository providing services to the traders and investors. Mainly there are two types of depository services. That is, first one, NSDL, National Securities Depository Limited, and second one, CDSL, Central Depository Services India Limited. Going to the next topic, that is online trading. So what do you mean by online trading? I already told, through the demat account you can open, if you open the demat account you can transact the shares through online. So that is what online trading. Online trading is the act of purchasing and selling financial products on the internet. By using the internet, if you purchase and sell the financial product like shares, bonds, futures, forwards, futures, international currencies, then it is known as online trading. The trader buys and sells using an online trading format. Online trading may include trading in bonds, stocks, futures, international currencies, and other financial instruments. Next one, that is already told what are the instruments it is deal. That is option, futures, bonds, money market, and capital market instruments. Next, in the third stage, that is book building. So what do you mean by book building? Book building is a process by which an underwriter attempts to determine the price at which an initial public offering will be offered. The process of price discovery involves generating and recording investor demand for shares before arriving at an issue price. So in book building, we usually know the company will decide the decide the price of the securities. But in book building, the price of the securities is going to finalized by the investors. The investors make the bid on the value of the shares, and finally the investors will decide the rate of the bills rate of the securities. This is what book building. Next, okay, thank you thank you for viewing my video. Thank you.